Welcome to this week's fishing report on MD's Average Anglers.
So starting off, weather is beautiful today. It's very calm. There's no waves at all. And if you want, we should start getting into some fishing talk. So
Okay, so first thing we'll talk about is the stripers. The striper season is closed right now. So yeah, can't really catch them at all. Kind of bummy. But what's the next fish on the list?
perch. We're in the Severn River right now. They are non-existent, just like the snakehead. And yeah.
Yeah, we just fished about 2 hours for one white perch bite. They're on perch pounders and everything. Shout out Angler Sports Center. Hit them up
Yep.
for great deals.
Yep.
But anyways, Berkeley sponsor us. But anyways, the white perch are non-existent right now.
So let's get into pickerel a little bit. Pickerel, you might see one or two of them follow your baits. They will not hit it. You just gotta like keep it in the water, let them have it, and then everything will be good. So like, yeah. Next, what do you want to get into? It's pretty rough out here, as you can see.
Look, next we should get into snakehead. You know, people say that the snakehead are everywhere, but you know, I've fishing here for a couple years now, about 3 years, have not seen a single snakehead in the Severn River ever.
So I've seen them, but like, I honestly don't think they're real because they've never bit my lure once. So I think they're just like visualization.
And back to you guys, the bass fishing forecast.
Good. Okay. So as it's in the water, we went fishing today, and fishing was how did it go today?
0 fish.
0 bites, 0 life.
Just how we like it.
That's how I like it. I mean, it's just the average Severn, really.
Yeah. It doesn't get much better than this. Except when you get these little measly little white perch that come running in.
Ooh, that's a fun part.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just start with the white perch now. So for the white perch, whenever they do show up, probably like I don't know, a couple months. You want to throw like a little perch hounder at it. You can get these. Really, these are pretty much the only thing that really work. I've tried throwing small spinner baits, but for some reason they don't hit that, and they only hit these things, perch pounders or perch hounders.
Yep.
And you can only buy them at Anglers, so go to Anglers, I guess. Okay. So the next topic is what?
The stripers. So stripers, it's closed season right now. Can't catch them. They're everywhere. Still can't catch them. You can target perch in the middle of the rivers, and that'll you'll catch some big old white perch in there.
Okay. So the next topic is probably pickerel. And for pickerel, my favorite lure to throw at them is just tiny little jerk baits like this one. It works really well. You kind of want to throw it. Where do you want to throw them?
On the piers, transition waters. So from like start of the piers around 2 foot, and then it drops down to like 8 to 12. You're just gonna work it along along the side of those piers, and then eventually you'll get one. It's just if there's actually a pickerel on that pier.
You can also throw swim jigs at them too. Swim jigs work pretty well, but I found that the jerk baits just work the best. We tried live bait a couple times, but those caught nothing like usual. And so next topic is probably gonna be snakehead. So snakehead is working pretty well right now, or as we've heard, snakehead are biting pretty good at like Blackwater Refuge and the Eastern Shore. And really the best thing to throw at snakehead is just like frogs, kind of like this, with like little spinner baits on the back, kind of.
And keep in mind that you want to like when you're working the frog for snakehead, you don't want to just like straight retrieve it. They won't hit it, but most of the time you'll miss it. Generally, it's just a couple twitches and then a longer pause than you would when you're bass fishing.
Because snakehead, sometimes they don't actually like to eat stuff. They like to just kill stuff, just for fun.
Yeah.
And also, when a snakehead hits, you have to do like a snakehead hook set. So you have to give it 2 to 3 seconds when it hits, and then you just yank it as hard as possible.
Otherwise, because their mouths are so small and bony that you'll actually end up missing your fish, which really sucks.
And then one more topic is bass fishing. So for bass fishing, my favorite lure is the Whopper Plopper, just like this, because it's so easy. You just cast it as far as you can, straight retrieve it. You work over any sort of brush piles or anything like that.
Rocks.
And it's just like you can't miss the fish. It bites it. You don't have to do a hook set. You just start reeling.
I mean, smallmouth just go crazy for this thing. If you go up to Susquehanna, I honestly don't think you need any other lure besides that and
And then right now, so the fish are spawning right now, and a really good lure for spawning fish is kind of like something like this. Is like kind of like the dart, something like that. You can use for a rig called a drop shot. And drop shot, you kind of toss it out onto the top of the bed.
Your bait's about like I would say anywhere from like 6 inches to 18 inches off the bottom, because your weight's all the way at the bottom, your hook's in the middle, and then you attach your bait to the hook, and you just like fish really like it's a really like finesse type style presentation. So
You get it right into the middle of the bed, and like these fish could take like hours to catch, but they're kind of
They're
worth
fun,
it.
yeah.
They're pretty worth it. You kind of chuck around the middle. You like kind of jig it just a little bit, and if they don't bite it, you just keep chucking at them, and eventually you'll get them so mad that they'll just eat the lure.
And also, one thing to keep in mind when you're bed fishing, if they bite one lure, switch to another one, because they're not going to bite that same one again, most likely. Always got to switch it up. And don't be afraid to throw something like stupid crazy at it, because they probably will eat it.
Yep.
Alright.
Is that it?
Yep. Thanks for watching this week's episode of
As
our
al-
Fishing Report.
Yep. As always.
Berkeley, please sponsor us.